Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video with your boy Ricky Course here. You know how we do it. Life is for a living. Yeah, hey Course Nation, we are growing and we're large now. If you want to be part of the team right now, make sure you hit the subscribe button here. In this video, we're going to be talking about whether or not you're going to be able to pay your school fees as an international student. Yes, you can be able to pay it, and at the same time, no. First of all, we want to thank God for you going to the US embassy and getting your visa, because it's not easy. If you're not chosen, you can't get a visa, because people always go to the embassy and they get denied all the time. And if you have been lucky to be able to go to the embassy and get an F1 visa, that means you are chosen. Congratulations to you, and many more good things to locate you as you embark on this journey. Yeah, fast forward, you went ahead and applied to a school in the United States and you got picked, you did your visa process and you come. Now you are wondering if you can be able to pay the school fees by yourself. In this video, you might have to grab your drink, your popcorn, your whatever, and pay critical attention, because I came here to the US on an F1 visa, and I want to show you guys how the process is being done, or how you go about it to be able to live freely. First things first, you arrive on the school campus. When you arrive on the school campus, I know it's going to be a private school, because private schools are the one who will be giving out visa quick to international students. Because the public one, most of the time, your visa application, when you apply as a foreigner, sometimes they don't get it. But the private institution will always be wanting international students, because they bring the dinero. Because the American citizens themselves, they don't pay that much in school fees as compared to us, an international student. Your international student, you are paying 70k, 50k, 60k for just tuition. A year. Isn't that a little crazy? Yeah. Upon your arrival on your I-20 form, they're gonna give you some benefits, some scholarship and stuff. But they're only gonna take just a particular part away, like 20% off, 30% off. You're gonna be left with like 15,000, 10,000 to pay. How you gonna go about it? You that just moved to the United States. How you gonna? And the US, they are so smart in a way that they know the kind of visa they are giving you. Because when you go to the consulate, the embassy, one of the requirements is proof of fund, bank statement. So you went there, you prove that, oh, I'm eligible to pay I can pay the school fees. I'm eligible. You have a sponsor and everything. Now you come to the US, you're asking if you're gonna be able to work and pay the school fees. Isn't that a big question? And now they've put all this restriction on you as to not work. The US, if you come as an international student, the minimum you're gonna be able to work is 20 hours. And you realize the case, your school fees is 10,000 or 15,000 a sem. Now they've asked scholarship so it's reduced to 15,000, 10,000. Even that is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. 10,000 a semester for a student to be able to pay. A sem is 3 months to be able to pay. Isn't that a little bit difficult? And it depends on which state you are. The US have 51 states, and the minimum wage required of every state is different. Like I moved to Indiana. Indiana is like $7. Let's say roughly $8. All these other states, West Virginia and all, sometimes their minimum wage start from $9. And as an F1 student, you are required to work only 20 hours. So how are you gonna go about it? So what I always suggest is, when you come here first, make sure your sponsor, the person sponsoring you, should be able to pay at least your first and second semester tuition. Then from there, you can be able to transfer to a community college. You get the point now. Make sure you have the money to pay for at least first semester. Be able to pay for a first semester. Then you now be able, because it's required of you that when you come as an international student, you can't leave the campus, you can't do nothing, or you can't even transfer unless you finish a semester or two before you be able to move. And mind you, whatever you're gonna be doing, you gotta stay in status. You gotta stay. You can't go out of status. Your savings must always be updated as an international student. So if you come, you find you're a private school, or what I always say is, like, even if they give you scholarship. Always try to find more scholarship. Always try to play game. Always try to play basketball. Always try to do something. Always try to join a team. Always try to, so you can get more benefit. You understand the point now? It's very hard for international students out here. They always be telling you that when you come to the US, you're gonna be able to pay the school fees. You're gonna be able to live the best life. America is not. It's a land of milk and honey, but the milk and honey, you have to work for it. Especially now, you just came to a new country. Your foot is not fully on the ground yet. How are you gonna be able to study and pay the tuition? So in Indiana, the minimum required wage is, I think it's, let's say $8, because it's 7 point something. So you are working 20 hours as a student, as an international student. So let's do the calculation real quick. Give me a second. We're gonna do this calculation ourselves. Let's say $8 times, you're working 20 hours a week. You are making you are making 160 a week. So 160 times 4 weeks. So you're making a total of $640 every month. Every month you are making this kind of money, and bet you this money you are making, you have to pay other bills. Out of this $640, you have to pay for internet, you have to pay for little subscription, other stuff, books, other stuff. So it's gonna be a little bit difficult you to survive off this 640. So let's do it. 640 times 10. So 640 times the 10 months which you are gonna be in school for a year is 6,400. You see, it's not even up to your 10,000 or 15,000 you are paying a cent. So I strongly advise you that when you are coming here, always get a sponsor that is ready to pay your school fees for at least a semester or two. Then from there you can transfer to a community college where you're going to be paying like 2-3K or highest 5K cent. You see, it's very good, it's very affordable as compared to the private institution. So community college are very good. What I always suggest is, once you come to the community college, you stay there for like 2 or 3 years, you get that degree, you get another job. You get the point now. This is a strategy I'm telling you that they don't tell people. Once you finish, you do a semester in your private institution and the fees is becoming unbearable, you can't afford it no more. What you have to do is transfer to a community college. Go to that community college for 2 years, get that associate degree, get a job, and put yourself back to a private institution so that you can be able to get a good bachelor's degree. These are tricks I'm teaching you that no one will ever teach you. People that are helping with your papers, they just want you to come to the States. Some people even come to the States and don't even go to the school. Some people, they tell them don't even go to the school, don't do this. But if you come to the school, if you don't go to the school, how are you going to be able to get your ID? How are you going to be able to get your social security and all that stuff? My uncle told me I shouldn't go to the school, but I went contrary to him and I went to the school. Then that's how come I got my other stuff, my other documentation, my social security. Because your social security that you are getting in the US is only one. It's only one, and no matter how you stay in the country, that social security is what you are going to be using for everything. So fast forward, once you transfer to the community college, which you are paying a year $2,000, you get the point now. $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, highest $5,000. Just run through it and fast forward and go get if you get your associate degree, put yourself back to private school and further your education and get a bachelor degree for 4 years. You understand the point now? And another thing people always do is, when you come to the school, when you come to the university of your choice, you just migrated to the university, to the state, and you've gone to your school. Don't be quick to get loan. Don't be quick to get. I'm not saying taking loan as an international student is bad, but don't take loans that you can't be able to afford in the near future. And that loan, you need someone to co-sign you. You get the point now. When you come to the US and you just came and you don't have nobody and you are by yourself and they are telling you to get a loan, always try to. I'm gonna put some loan agencies in the screen or in the description so you can know. If you are coming to get a loan, always know how to calculate interest rate. How to calculate the interest rate, how long you're going to be paying for. Always do your calculation before you put your step in loan, because you don't want to be don't want to be in an everlasting debt with the United States. You get the point now. You don't want to be in everlasting debt with it, because you're going to be paying this for the rest of your life. And for you to get that loan, you need a credit score of 650 probably. So if you get that credit score, you need a sponsor, because how are they gonna give you a loan? You're a foreigner, you don't know anybody. They need a resident who has been here, who has a green card or a citizenship. Upon your credit score, you need someone to co-sign you, a resident, a permanent resident with a green card or a citizenship, to co-sign you. Once the person co-sign you, you see, this is the point where it gets tricky. Once the person co-sign you, that means the person is part of your loan. If you don't take time, the person might not be able to collect loan or any help from the government or any institution no more, because the person is already tied in your payment of your fees, that loan. You see, the US work in a way that once you miss a particular step, it's gonna set you back. So this is the reason why most of the time people come here. They have uncles, aunties, mothers and stuff. They always ask them to be their sponsor or to co-sign them, and they be refusing, because once you put your leg in it and the person is not able to pay the school fees, maybe in the nearest future, maybe you graduated and everything, that bill is gonna be able to follow you. So always calculate the interest and know your once you are stepping your foot in that debt, know your career of choice, whatever you're gonna do, calculate everything, because the US is a country of opportunities. You can take a loan and pay it off. You can take a loan and get a job within 5, 6, 7 years. You pay that loan off, but you have to come about a strategic plan. You get me? The life in the US is not easy for internationals like that. If you come to the US and you get your visa, don't think it's all. The real struggle is not gonna begin, because this is not your country of origin. Now you are about to fight. So I always say, in picking courses, always pick courses that are gonna be able to, you know, that is your strength. Don't pick courses because you are coming to the US. Pick that course because it's your strength, it's your field. You can be able to go about it for 4 good years with good grades, because the tuition is not easy. The tuition is not easy. If you are paying it yourself or you have a sponsor, man, it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy. So always pick a good career choice or a good study program to study in the university, because you can't come here and be playing around. Americans are all about efficiency, hard work, and everything. You get the point now. So I'm not saying it's not easy, it's not doable. You can do it, but once you are coming to the United States and you wanna see if you can work as an intern, yes, you can work, but paying the school fees is gonna be hard for you. You get the point now. If you come to the US, you can work, but you can't work more than 70 hours. You're gonna work like 20 hours, highest 25 hours, and upon that minimum wage, can you be able to pay your school fees? I don't think it's possible. So you have to find a good strategy. So as I said, if you're taking a loan, make sure you calculate the interest rate on the loan and everything. You get me? So you have to be very strategic with your things, your plan, everything. People are in the US, they came, they took loan, they paid their tuition, they paid tuition off, they got a job, pay those loan off. It's a game of strategy. Don't put your leg in some things you can complete. So yeah, international students are not finding it very easy out here. And I always advise one thing too: when you are coming here, always come with a trade. Always come with a trade. Once you have a qualification, once you have a certificate in something, there's all these side jobs outside. There's always I always say this: the US when coming to you, it's a journey you have to prepare. Once you know you are doing your paperwork, at least learn braiding, learn barbering, learn some mechanic, learn something. That when you come here and you are working at your little side job on campus, you're gonna be working down outside the campus. And sometimes there's a restrictions, you can't work outside campus. The US has a lot of restrictions. Once they give you that visa and you went to the embassy and you see you can be able to pay the fees, they don't expect you to be working. Come on. But there's a ways in which you can go about it in the US. You can work and all that. You understand? But you have to be very strategic with it. So if you learn trade, you come here, there's always opportunity outside that can help you, you know, with the expenditure and everything, can help you with your monthly expenses and the tuition and everything. But yeah, you gotta be out there. You can't come and be like, oh, I'm a student, I'm always gonna be in my dorm, only student. You gotta be out there. You never know when opportunity might find you. I've been in the US not even 2 years, but I've been progressing. How I don't know anybody. The person I knew kicked me off. We are not that in good terms no more. So don't be scared. Don't be afraid. Come here, believe in yourself, trust yourself, and just stay disciplined and just focus. Because You always have to know that this is not your country of origin and you are here for a limited time, and you gotta do the right things, and you don't want to get in problem with the law. You know what I mean? And the US is a country where everybody want to come to, so you can't be the one to come here and misbehave and kick back home or deported, and now you can't come again. You're gonna miss out on a lot of opportunities here. So if you got in your visa as an F1 student, yes you can work, but there's a lot of restriction on it. You only work 20 hours. You can't work outside the campus for a particular time. If you want to even work outside the campus, you need a particular form to fill and all that before you can work outside. And that one is it's gonna depend on your hours, because you're an international student. They don't want you to be focusing on work. You came here, you asked the consular, one of the requirements at the embassy is you have to have a bank statement or a sponsor, and you provided all the funds, you provided all the documents. Now, why would you come to the US with the sole mind of coming to work and make money? We know we all like money, but you gotta do the things the right way, you know. So yeah, learning trade is very, very important. When you're getting a loan, also be very strategic about it. Learn how to calculate the interest rate and pick a good career choice that you're gonna be able to pay that loan in 7 years, 6 years after your education. And your visa for F1 is 4 good years. It's 4 years. So your plans and your calculations must be very, very strategic. You know what I mean? Very, very strategic. You don't want to be hindered. And the US is a country of endless opportunity. Let me tell you, if you can come to the US and you have a sponsor, oh my God, and you are willing to learn, and you graduate with a degree, you'll be wanted. You'll be wanted everywhere. There's jobs everywhere in the US. That if this state doesn't work for you, go to another state. There's 51 states in the US. So all the F1 students, forced you guys, those people who have got their F1 visa to force you guys. I see you guys in the next video. I hope you learned something from this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Costi Nation, we are growing. Make sure you join the Costi Nation by liking this video, subscribing, and dropping a comment. I see you guys in the next video. Ciao, ciao.